Encord's analytics feature has had a pretty big update. The analytics page has been refreshed, and we have some new features for you. It was included in the last round of feature updates on our blog, so you can go there to check it out in some detail. But I just wanted to revisit it a little bit and show you some of the cool new features. Let's get into it. So to explain Encord's analytics feature a little bit more, analytics are just included with Encord's website builder. So that gives you data about how people are finding your website, whether they're clicking over from like Google search, social media, and arriving at your website and how traffic is going over time. There's lots of other products that offer that. Google Analytics is the most popular, well-known one, but all of those other products require setup steps, embedding them on your website, and it's a lot of hoops and things. It's another place that you've got to send your customer data as well, so another data processor, and they can slow down your website if you're adding all of these tools onto the site as well. And they didn't really feel like accessible, so to keep your finger on the pulse about how traffic's actually going. So that's why we built our own analytics feature into Oncord. You're still very welcome to use third-party tools if you do have that Google Analytics that you want included on the website and whatever else, but it's super handy to have analytics built right in. So what's new in this update? Let's run through it because there's quite a few things. It was a pretty big update. Not only did we change like the user interface and add a few extra features, we actually had to sort of go back through the data and make sure that it was compatible with all of the changes and things that we were making. So some of the main things is we have a new trend dialog. So you'll be able to see trends rather than just the data at a single time. Um, Oncord also does UTM tag parsing now. If you're a marketer, you probably already know what that will do, but I'll run through it in some more detail as well. Basically, better reporting on how all of the different campaigns that you're running are arriving on the website. We also do a little bit more AI chat detection and include that in the dashboard so you get visibility over that. We'll do a split between paid and organic traffic on the website as well. If you're running ads versus, organic search, people finding you that way. And a really cool new feature is email reports. So if you want an email to pop up in your inbox every week, month, or if you're super keen, every day to show you how your traffic is going and if you're running e-commerce, how sales and stuff are going as well. Yeah, that's now included too. So this is already deployed, it's live, it's been live for a little while now. If you hop over to your Encore dashboard and then hit analytics, oh, screen's reversed, analytics on the left-hand side of the page, that's how you get to the analytics side of things. If you are not an Oncord user or you just want to click around with some dummy data instead, a good way to do that is go to tryoncordcom/admin. We have a demo dashboard with a whole lot of like demo data in there. You can have a good click around. So, like I said, you'll notice that this is an updated display. It still has all of the same old features. We've just also introduced some new stuff. So, sessions will show you the amount of unique visitors to the website. Oncord will try to scrub out bot data from that. And as part of a session on your website, people will view a number of different pages, and a session will last a certain amount of time. So they might have like 10 minutes on the website, visit 5 or 6 pages as part of that session. And we also show you the bounce rate. Bounces are bad. Basically, a bounce is when someone hits the website, doesn't really do anything, and bails straight away. So we want to see as little of them as possible. As you're looking at this table, you'll see that it's automatically annotated with stuff that Oncord knows about, so like email campaigns that you're sending out. But if you do happen to be running like, I don't know, radio ads or billboard advertising, stuff that Oncord doesn't really know, you can click new annotation and add your own annotation to the timeline manually. Scrolling down, you will see some of the new stuff. So this will show you traffic channels. So looking at organic search versus direct, other websites and social media where traffic is arriving from. And you can click view trend now. to see that split over time, which is, yeah, awesome. If you click on top referrers, I think we were already showing this. We've just kind of added little icons so it's a bit prettier. But you can also view trends on that now too. This is a demo account, so that's why it's only showing, oh, my big head's in the way, sorry. That's why it's only showing Facebook on the social networks. But if in your situation, you'll probably be able to see the split between like Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and whatever else. This is new, search engine and AI chat. So we're now analyzing chat platforms visiting the website, sorry. So like your Claude, Chat GPT and stuff, and what that split looks like traffic wise. You'll see the old stuff like new versus um, existing visitors that have been on the website before. We'll show you the main pages that are getting traffic, where people are arriving, and where they're leaving. A little bit of a split over them geographically. Something that one of our clients did actually ask for is a better split within the main country as well. So we kind of give it a little bit better breakdown now between country, inside of a country, I guess. Um, so you can see from within Australia and from within United States as an example on this one. Uh, the device environment you've probably already seen is kind of the split between computer, mobile, and tablet. And then the new one down the bottom is UTM tracking. So let's have a bit of a talk about what that is. So one of the new inclusions is UTM targeting. Before recording this video, I should have probably Googled what UTM as an acronym actually means. What do we got? Urchin Tracking Module. I'm not surprised that my brain didn't retain that. I had to look it up. A really good way, I think, of understanding UTM is that it's extra information that's added to the end of a URL to give a little bit more information about where people are clicking from. So if you grab UTM data out of a URL, you can understand like if people are clicking over from Google, an email newsletter, Facebook, and what campaigns that you might be running in that place as well. So if you're running paid ads, then you would be, familiar with them. So Oncord will now have a look at that URL, pick the UTM tags out of it, and be able to show you some reporting, which is particularly cool if you combine that with other data in Oncord. Like, I want to see all people that filled out a form and how that interacts with UTM tracking. So as a bit of an example, I guess, hopefully a little bit more luck here. If I go like, I don't know, accounting platforms or small business, that surely I'm getting an ad. There we go. Good. So here we got like Zero. I'm going to click on them. Sorry for charging you some ads money, Zero. But if we look up at the URL bar at the top here, we see we've got like after the question mark. So we've got the main URL here. We've then got a question mark and UTM source, UTM medium, UTM campaign. So UTM source is a Google search because, I clicked over to this website from Google. UTM medium is CPC, and this is the campaign that they'll be running, within their Google side of things. And there's a couple of other parameters here that are optional, like content. Some of these are required, I believe, like UTM source and medium, I think are mandatory. I think campaign is mandatory for Google Analytics specifically. And some of these are optional, like UTM content and lead source, so they don't necessarily always have to be there. But what Oncord will do, so if Zero was running Oncord to power their website, which they aren't at the moment, but you should, Zero bring it across. Um, Underneath, yeah, in the analytics side of things, we'll be able to see that split between UTM source, UTM medium, and then the other parameters there pulled up, and you can view that over a trend as well. Another addition to the analytics update is email reports. So from the analytics page, if you click email reports, you'll be able to set up a automatic email to come through daily, weekly, or monthly, showing some reporting that's happening on your Oncord account. So you define the email address that you want this report to be sent to, turn it on, and then you can tick on what data you want included in that report. So it might be information on analytics, sales if you're running e-commerce, products sold, traffic sources. There's a huge amount of data that you can include there. And then, yeah, down below, you'll see a bit of a preview of how that report heads in the way once again, always. You'll see a bit of a preview of how that looks. So that's a bit of a rundown of the analytics feature and some of the new, some of the new changes that we've made. Definitely jump in and have a bit of a look at it. The update's been live, so there should be for a while. So there should be some data for you to explore now. Would love to hear any feedback if there's data in there that you'd like to see, any requests, or just to let us know that you've really enjoyed the update. We'd love to hear from you. Otherwise, have an awesome weekend. Cheers.